baby. Sandro Pay, get a tan, I'm already black. Rich, I'm already that. Gangster, get a gang. Hit a head in a hat. Call that a riddle rap. Shit, fuck the chit chat. The baker, I bake the bread. A barber, I cut your head. A marksman, I spread a lead. I blood clot, chop your leg. Not fuck with the kid. I get biz with the cig, I can where you live. You dig? I get it. I get it. Yeah. I run New York. I get it. I get it. Yeah. Yeah. I run New York. You can call this my new shit, but it ain't new though. I got rid of my old bitch, now I got new hoes. First it was the Benzo, now I'm in the Enzo. Ferrari, I'm sorry, I keep blowing up. They call me the cake man, the strawberry shake man. I spray the AR, make your whole clique break dance. Backspin, head spin, flatline, you're dead then. 9 shells, matching. Who wanna get it crackin'? I was young, I couldn't do good. Now I can't do bad. I ride back the new Jag, I just bought a new Jag. Now nigga, why you mad? Oh, you can't do that? I'm so forgetful. They calling me cocky. I come about the jeweler, they calling me Rocky. It's the ice on my neck, man. The wrist in my left hand. Bling like blow, you like my style. I'm headed to the bank right now. I get it. I get it. Yeah. I run New York. I get it. I get it. Yeah. Yeah. I run New York. I talk the talk and I walk the walk. Like a Teflon Don, boy, I run New York. When I come out of court, yeah, I pop the car. I keep it gangsta, how y'all London chalk. I get it. In the hood, if you ask about me, they tell you I'm about my bread. I get it. Round the world, if you ask about me, they tell you they love the kid. I get it. I get it. I get it. 50. I get it. I get it. Yeah. I run New York. I get it. I get it. Yeah. Yeah. I took quarter water, sold it in bottles for $2. And Coca-Cola came and bought it for beans. What the fuck? Have a baby by me, baby. Be a millionaire. I write the check before the baby comes. Who the fuck cares? I'm stanky rich. I'ma die trying to spin this shit. Southside's up in this bitch. Yeah, I smell like the Vogue. I used to sell dope. I did play the block. Now I play on boats in the south of France, baby. Sandro Pay, get a tan. I'm already black. Rich, I'm already that. Gangster, get a gang. Hit a head in a hat. Call that a riddle rap. Shit, fuck the chit chat. The baker, I bake the bread. A barber, I cut your head. A marksman, I spread a lead. I blood clot, chop your leg. Not fuck with the kid. I get biz with the cig, I can where you live. You dig? I get it. I get it. Yeah. I run New York. I get it. I get it. Yeah. Yeah. I run New York. You can call this my new shit, but it ain't new though. I got rid of my old bitch, now I got new hoes. First it was the Benzo, now I'm in the Enzo. Ferrari, I'm sorry, I keep blowing up. They call me the cake man, the strawberry shake man. I spray the AR, make your whole clique break dance. Backspin, head spin, flatline, you're dead then. 9 shells, matching. Who wanna get it crackin'? I was young, I couldn't do good. Now I can't do bad. I ride back the new Jag, I just bought a new Jag. Now nigga, why you mad? Oh, you can't do that? I'm so forgetful. They calling me cocky. I come about the jeweler, they calling me Rocky. It's the ice on my neck, man. The wrist in my left hand. Bling like blow, you like my style. I'm headed to the bank right now. I get it. I get it. Yeah. I run New York. I get it. I get it. Yeah. Yeah. I run New York. I talk the talk and I walk the walk. Like a Teflon Don, boy, I
So
We are live.
All right.
Hold
We are live, y'all.
We are live. So there's some news going on around here. Y'all hear some leaked emails or something? Y'all hear something about that?
Microsoft leaked them.
Mm-hmm. What y'all think about that? Wait, whoa. First of all, this is funny as hell. You know, you got people running around in a panic in this mother right here, bro. They always fear the man with the biggest wallet. Trust me, I know, because I am him. That's how it always is. When you got it like that, you got it like that. They get mad at you. They want to plot against you. You know, like my man, shout out to Ozzy. Like Ozzy was saying, Ozzy said, "Hey, they wanted them to compete, but now what? That ain't good enough." I'm just saying. Like my man Ozzy was saying. So anyway, folks, we got a nice breaking news type of show for you here today. You know, my co-host here and producers came across some material. And very interesting material. I was like, wow, really? You know, you talking about new Xboxes, all kind of stuff. You talking takeovers. You talking about, and then I got one guy that's putting articles in the general saying that Microsoft is getting out of gaming. All right.
A lot of speculation, man.
Yeah, a lot of speculation.
I would like to say something before we start this.
Go ahead, brother.
The host Ricky Brown owe everybody an apology. Don't you, Ricky?
What?
What you say gonna be gone? What did you say was gonna be gone soon?
Consoles. And I said 10 years. 7 to 10 years, I said. So I don't owe no apologies until 7 to 10 years.
Ricky, okay, I guess you didn't read that, so I'm gonna let it come.
Yeah, let Levon read it. What article at?
All right, so Microsoft is planning to refresh its Xbox Series X console in 2024. But it's not what you think. No. It's a digital Xbox Series X with 2 terabytes.
Hold on, Levon. This the Verge
This is the Verge article, brother. It's the Verge article.
Okay.
And let me see. I had to zoom in on this one.
Okay, all right. Well, let me get it up on the screen.
Put it on the screen?
Yeah. We got to put it on the screen.
There we go. It has a USB-C front port with power delivery, and it's also gonna be the same price, $500.
Okay.
Now, this the article. Is this the article that I have on the screen? Is that what you're reading, son? Son, I think it is that kid. Oh man.
Check your stream. Let me check your stream.
I want to make sure we're on equal footing here.
Yeah, the right page. Yeah. Not exactly. I think it's the other article.
So,
Yeah.
the controller, haptic feedback.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me look at the general.
Xbox leak, new Xbox Series X design. I think it's that one.
Yeah. Y'all not reading the same article? I mean,
Wait a minute. No. I think it's the other.
No, this was the same one. This is the one. Xbox leak, no Xbox next gen in 2028 and more, right?
Hold up.
Man, you fuck niggas get your act together, man.
Shut the fuck up before I send you back to Africa.
I built this guy through fucking man. The only reparation.
Manhattan just referenced Act Man.
What
are we doing?
All right, here's the right article.
All right,
Sorry.
That's all right, brother.
Those are my bad on my end. But how do y'all feel about an Xbox Series X refresh? That is a digital only Xbox Series X. How do y'all feel?
So it's not a mid-gen refresh like they were talking about.
No, it's not a more powerful Xbox Series X. It's not with RDNA 3 and all that. No. This is the digital Xbox Series X.
Look at it like
okay.
I guess
we're gonna go first.
More memory for those who want it. I mean, I'm pretty sure the price is gonna be fair. Whatnot. I mean, as for those who don't want to, disc list,
all digital type shit. You know, the same shit. Like always.
What this tells me is that Microsoft is gonna be, at when this comes out, they're basically gonna make all their consoles digital. That's how I see it.
Well, I mean, I only been saying that along with consoles leaving, but before they leave, what did I tell y'all? It's going to all be digital. I said, you ain't got to worry about no more physical around here. I said, the first thing to go, I told you I was going to listen. These are the signs of the times. If you read your Bible, when they tell you they talk about all of that stuff, I said, listen, the first thing they going to do is they're going to take away the disk drive because they're already trying to get rid of physical media in movies and music. I said, video games is no different. You save money by not putting in the drive, and by making it digital only, the developers will always guarantee to get their money, and game stores like GameStop, Game Exchange will not be able to resell something where these guys are not getting any money on the back end. I always told you guys that. Go ahead, come on, continue. Shout out to Buck. Shout out to Buck for coming through. Shout out to Levon. Shout out to Manhattan. Shout out to Pastor Rose. I see him hanging out in here, and I see Ty that man up in here. I see Parker. And shout out to Deuce. Shout out to Ozzy. Shout out to Brierios, Tommy Bull, and Mello. And Eric MMG. What's good, brother? Oh, he's a PlayStation guy, so I'd be interesting to see his outlook on this.
Okay,
Go ahead, Parker.
No, I don't got a problem with them doing this like all digital console per se. There's nothing wrong with that because regardless you put a disc in or not, that's still taking off space. It's not like it's reading the game like how the 360 did. So yes, I don't got a problem with that all digital, 2 terabytes, whatever. I also getting to a controller. I don't have a problem with that haptic controller they doing also. That also be good for when you use it on PC, because then now they'll probably even updated more so for your PC games like or PC Game Pass and stuff like that. So I don't have a problem with the controller either. Too they're doing. Yep.
They said they don't believe
Oh,
me.
yeah, I mean, who don't believe me? Okay.
No, I'm just messing with
That's
you.
I'm just saying, because being use that controller on a PC, so like with have those haptic feedbacks, Microsoft basically a lot of games on PC run through Windows, right? Like probably over 90% plus, right? So you just don't even push the haptic feedback stuff even more so on the PC gaming front. I know PlayStation has it on there, but like with Microsoft, they really control PC gaming with Windows. Really, you look at it though. So there's no getting around that. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, so like I think I'll be something good too though.
Even worse when you use that on the PC for the PlayStation control.
Probably like they probably have to roll out more updates for that. Yeah, but saying like a Windows type of controller, that'll be more prevalent, more for developers to push those to have to like that on a PC game. You know that's gonna work with PC also though. That new Xbox controller with the haptic feedback stuff.
Yeah,
You
but I'm
know.
saying the feedback work for do
I,
that
I know,
do the
I know, I know.
work?
Yeah, I know for like the Spider-Man remaster on PC, it works for that though. But that's what I'm saying. So like, definitely for like the Sony studio games on PC, it'll probably work. But like, I mean, it'd be more widespread. I would like to see the haptic be more widespread on PC though. So like on working on an Xbox game, you'll probably see that more now once that controller comes to the market.
Hey, Parker, you're a little muffled. In your what's the name? Your output. You're a little muffled. I don't know.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Hit the like button while you're here. Hit the subscribe button while you're here. And hurry up while you're here because Microsoft might end up buying this shit too. So let's hurry up.
What up?
Oh man, now funny. Now this is what I like what Eric MMG wrote. Now we gotta keep it a buck. We gotta keep that same energy. Eric is now saying haptic is fire. Oh, okay, he's right because many of us, and I'm actually one of them, killed haptic feedback on PlayStation. I used to hate the way that, especially when I was playing 2K, how it like messed with me in the post move. That's why I didn't like 2K for the PlayStation. But he's right. You got to keep that same energy because we can't kill it now when we didn't have it. Listen, let's not be like them, okay? Let's not do that.
Can't kill it. That don't.
You know what I'm saying?
You
Let's not be like them.
On these niggas.
Let's not be like them.
How you guys going, man?
Oh ho ho! We got two pastors in here. Oh ho! We got Pastor Joe, Pastor Play. Man, all right. So listen, we got the panel is fire right now. Got Buck in here. Mello came through. Oh man, this is great. Now, for some reason, I feel a disturbance in the force that Flip Flop and Teddy is going to come in here, swinging in the dark, not hitting nothing. So
You didn't message him.
oh man. So anyway, folks. So now, as you take a look at this Xbox, this is hardware, and it's not the what do you call it? It's not the mid-gen refresh that we was all hoping for or wanting. Yeah, it's just not that. But this to me didn't come as any surprise because I remember there were people with obviously everybody's show's bigger than my show. They were talking about there was going to be an all digital Series X. But I didn't.
And they laughed us out the gym.
Yeah. Now I didn't know that it was going to be shaped like an Alexa or Echo, but I didn't know that, and I didn't know it was going to be 2 terabytes. Now, if it's 2 terabytes and it's still only 500, that's a W. Yeah. Either way you look at it, that's a W. So now the value has increased on the hardware, and I mean Game Pass is probably the best value you're going to get as far as a subscription service. And I mean, this is basically the same. Now it is Wi-Fi 6 now on it, so you're getting upgrades in a sense for free. Yeah.
Not only that, Ricky, you also get that controller with the haptic as well with it.
Yeah, let me put that on the screen because I saw that. Now let's see. Now is it down? Here it is. Here it is, folks.
It said something about speakers on that thing.
Yes, yeah. No. Again, something else that they borrowed from the PlayStation controller. The only thing this damn thing is missing is an LCD screen. Now, if you guys don't remember, I believe there was a prototype going around with Xbox controller like patent that had like a screen on it. What was that for PlayStation? I remember seeing.
That's another controller.
That was another. Okay, all right. Just making sure that I ain't tripping here.
I'm gonna just say the exclusive has a controller that have an OLED screen on it for the Xbox.
Shout out to Willie Styles who came in the building. My man Willie Styles is here. Ty Kid's here. Tommy Bull's here. Man, we got the posses in this mother. Go ahead, Pastor.
Let me just correct you for a minute. PlayStation was not the first controller to give you a speaker. It was the Wii. The Wii was the first controller to give you a speaker on the console.
Pastor,
in addition to that, that's no who else.
Deuce head hunting.
Hold on, Pastor. No, I'm just telling Ricky that y'all sound the panel sound low. Ricky, you sound loud. That's all I'm trying to say.
Okay, right. So the panel sound low. All right, I can pick them all up. Then I turned them down because I heard Parker's like muffled. So I was wondering. I'm like, damn.
Okay, so is it better now? Like, yeah.
Yeah, you're way better now, Parker. Way better now. Way.
You know you can turn people up.
Yeah, I did, and I did. I turned them. I turned them up and down because I thought we were too loud because I turned the gain up, and then I kept hearing Parker, and it was real muffled. I'm like, oh man, I got him too high. So that's why I did what I did. But go ahead, you guys. Go ahead, Pastor.
In addition to that, Ricky, PlayStation was the first to have that type of haptic. The Joy-Cons was the first to have an advanced rumble system in it.
I don't think anybody said
and the same company that does the rumble for Nintendo is the exact same company that Sony have a contract with. So what Sony did, they got.
So everybody copying off Nintendo is what he's saying right now.
Exactly.
Hold your bridges by talking about Sony.
Let's not.
Wait a minute.
Let's not say Sony's revolutionary, and they copy from everybody.
Hold on, Pastor. Wait a minute. Hold on, I gotta stop. Listen, we all getting that technology from immersion, so you can't say they copied off of Nintendo because this happens. What they're doing wasn't doing it like that though, and what we call it. So
yeah, because
he's saying implemented into a controller. He said they the first to put it in a controller. That's what he's saying.
Yes.
Even though it's
the same exact haptics though. That's what I'm saying. Not the same.
Listen,
I know. I had an answer before though.
Tomato, nigga. Is the controller
Yeah.
rumbling or not, nigga? Did the motherfucker shake? Which one started shaking first?
Rumbling and
The
rumbling
Joy-Con
and
had the
haptics,
early tech.
not
The Joy-Con had
talking
the
about
early tech
rumble.
compared to what Sony got. Sony got their tech in 2020, so they got an upgraded rumbling kit compared to what Nintendo got. So that's why the DualSense have a better haptic than the Joy-Con. Right?
Listen though, it's a more advanced haptic feature though.
Yes, I agree. I agree. It is a more advanced. But don't let's not sit here and say that Sony is the first to do it. Nintendo was the first to do it.
Not with this haptic they're doing, it is Sony though. With this haptic though, we're not talking about Nintendo and 64 though. Yeah,
it's the
that's not even
same
an issue
technology.
No,
it's the same
not
technology.
exactly the same
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
It is. This is
Hold on. The technology being the same. It's not the same as the way you implement the technology.
Right.
Sony did. No one implemented it like that on a controller before, so you got to give them credit. It might be the same company, but definitely not the same.
Rose giving Sony credit.
And then not only that, their APIs and their games have been built in a way to utilize the various stability, whatever they do with their implementation. Their implementation has never been done.
Okay, this is okay.
So let me finish, right? When Nintendo released their Joy-Con, they were saying that you can feel ice cubes. They were saying that you could feel water. So it is the same tech and it is the same implementation. It's just Sony did it better because the tech was advanced. Nintendo was not saying that their rumble and you couldn't feel ice cubes, you can feel water, you can feel breeze, all of these things.
But that's
you understand what I'm saying?
That's talking about a rumble. That's not the same thing
that's what he's getting.
That's not the same thing as it feels like a breeze and it feels like ice and it feels like water dripping.
Well, actually, yes, it does. It does feel like ice and water. Only Joy-Con.
Oh my god, bro! This dude, it's not. The Joy-Con was a rumble.
But it is what it is. It is what it is. Let's
just know a rumble is not entirely the same.
It is what it is. Just know that Sony is not no inventors and implementators of nothing.
You're trying to pass
Ricky, let's move on.
You're trying to
move on, Ricky. Let's move on. Move on, Ricky.
No, Pastor, you all. If my OC county check you, give it credit to Sony. You know you all. Come on, now.
But no, I'm actually curious. What the fuck is the difference between the rumble and haptic feedback? Like,
well, the rumble shakes. The haptic feedback. In my experience with PlayStation, no. It gives resistance. It gives resistance when you're trying to push it in. The haptics do. It's not like just a rumble.
You talking about the tension between the LT and the R? I mean the R2 and the L2 buttons. That's what you're saying. Like when you hold on, let me wait. So like what you saying, like in the sense of when you in a shooter or whatever, and you pulling on, you about to empty your clip, and your LT start to like tighten up. Is that what you saying? Hello.
Basically,
I think that's what you're saying.
Basically, when you like walk across something and you feel like the controller, it's getting, you walk across the ice and it's crunchy and the controller start feeling a certain way. Or like you said with the shooting game, you know how when you finna reload and the clip get jammed, and you'll feel it in there when it's jammed when you trying to.
Like in 2K when you was tired, you couldn't hit LT. The speed.
Yes.
Okay. That's the difference. Gotcha.
Sony implemented it better. I will give Sony that. They implemented it better. Just like how they have always done. When the Wii brought out the Wiimote, they come out with their motion sensitive control and they did it better. Right? They implemented it better when it comes to the haptics. I could agree to that. I would concede to that. But don't say that they are the first to do it.
Nobody said that, bro. Nobody here said that. You brought that up and started arguing.
Oh, well, no, we're the same thing. No, we're the same thing. Those copycats, no problem. We all agree.
They not
Well, I'm saying,
copying though.
well, I gotta say, because Phil and Xbox did acknowledge the controller when they was announced, and they was like, it is a dope feature. So
We're not talking about the
if they steal it, it's cool. You know, Sony done stole a lot of shit. So what?
A lot.
Sony didn't steal. They running those patents. Okay, emerging.
I didn't say they stole that. I never said that. I just said they stolen. Sony stolen before. So all these niggas steal from each other. So it's cool.
Right. I
Their
wouldn't even,
implementation.
It's cool.
I wouldn't even say still. Like, man,
Yeah.
company was
Oh,
just using, like,
okay. You
other
right.
ideas.
Inspired. They was everybody's inspired by each other. There you go.
Or
We gonna use the clean versions of stealing some shit.
Everybody except Apple, but we don't leave that alone.
Inspired.
Right. They was
Levon!
inspired. No, Apple was
Where we
inspired,
going?
sir.
Yeah, I bet they
was inspired.
Yeah, they was inspired by that non-compete they ain't had to sign. That's what they was inspired
Melo, you remember when the
and
Sony
that's a different
executive?
subject, you know what I'm saying?
Do you guys remember?
He got
Do you guys remember when the Sony executive was inspired with a camera when he was on a Nintendo show floor and taking pictures of all the Nintendo tech?
Oh
That's
shit.
inspiration. He was inspired to work with a camera and a cloak.
Hold on, he just wanted to make sure he didn't forget what he seen. That's what he was doing. So
I'm just saying, it's not about
he
Sony,
pulled out the
right?
camera for inspiration.
You're right, Parker. It's not about Sony.
It's not about Sony though. It's about the Microsoft. So he brings Nintendo into it. It's not even about Sony or Nintendo right now. It's about Microsoft. We talking about the features, out the leaks that happen. We gotta stay on that. Pastor.
I'll say about the controller. The only thing that really stood out to me was the direct to cloud thing listed there,
Right.
because that's what Stadia did with their controller. It's amazing how
Say
far.
over direct to cloud?
Yes, if you go read the feature, it's a
Yes.
direct to cloud feature there, which means that
Right.
much like the Stadia controller, that thing's probably going to connect to Wi-Fi and have a link to the cloud for lower latency. That's what that's out.
Yeah, buddy.
I
That's very
think the controller
interesting.
do well for.
Rose,
I'll
I
say
have
this,
no
though.
idea what you even say, bro.
Yeah,
Pastor
I'm
just gonna
pretty
say,
sure
yeah.
they do. Oh my
No,
god.
I know what he's talking about when he comes
So
with
now
the
you
cloud
mellow.
feature. Yeah.
I'm talking about Pastor just saying.
Oh.
No, of course I know.
Oh.
Of course I know what is going on here. It also has a feature where you call it sleep. When you pick
Yeah,
up the
pick it
controller,
up.
it
And
wakes
then,
up.
that sounds pretty.
Yeah.
dope.
So come
That
on,
would be
man.
interesting.
I
Microsoft
always say
is
this,
The controller looks sweet. I do like the look of it.
Yeah, but like I
Manhattan
was saying,
doing it.
well, what I was saying, this controller clock could do well also on PC because as peripheral.
Oh, absolutely.
Accessory.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
of course.
I said that earlier though. Yeah,
it's gonna be fully. I'm pretty sure all features are gonna be fully integrated to the PC.
Yeah, that's
without
exactly what I was saying.
without question.
Now, is that a share button in the middle of there? Is that what
Yes,
that
it
is?
is. It is.
Yeah. It might be. Yeah, okay, it probably is.
It's saying like it's on the current controller.
On the current one, they gotta when you take a picture, snap or whatever. Yeah.
Oh
Same.
yeah, it is right. Like yeah. So you got the Elite Core too. The Elite 2 Core, it has that. So yeah.
So with this new controller,
yeah, go ahead.
With this new system, we get in 2 terabytes. A new controller.
That's
better.
October 2024.
Right. We get in better Wi-Fi and what else? That's it. And well, that's it. I think that's it. That's it.
The other stuff is irrelevant to the consumer, like increased self bridge or whatever that is. It'll be a 6 nanometer chip. And
Wi-Fi 6.
It'll have less. It'll be 15% less power required.
So, and
the sleep mode is pretty much the equivalent.
If it has
Series S.
if it has Wi-Fi 6, that's something else that Parker's PC doesn't have.
But Rick, you better copy and paste. Sit down. I mean, a lot of my PCs don't got Wi-Fi.
But I told you, this is what I'm more excited for. This is my thing about the whole console situation, because it was crazy on how it leaked, but I thought it was fake.
Yeah,
but
I thought it was fake too.
I thought
it was too for a moment, but yeah, they said this is real. My main thing is because I've been championing digital since the existence of this mess. So to see it, it's right up the alley. Once again, me arguing with these cats about mobile and what digital is going to coming to. when it comes to this technology and how advanced we are, this was less than 5 years ago of us having that argument. So this only proves that point even more. And like you said, it's really showing the death of digital to the sense that, places like Game Slut is done, physical copy of games is over with, and I can't wait until they hold on, and I can't wait until they usher in trading in actual digital content where once I bought a game and I'm done playing it, I can actually trade it in towards currency or something like that, or trade it towards another person to play it. I can't wait for that part. Whoever brings that to the table first, they won this, in my opinion. Go ahead, Pastor.
They said, Mello, that Microsoft no longer cares about preserving games because they're bringing out a diskless Xbox. That's what they're saying now.
They saying what?
That Microsoft no longer cares about preserving games.
Oh, they don't care about preserving games. Bro, I don't care about the narrative. I'm just being honest. You talking to people that like to eat on crayons on Sundays. I don't know them people. What I'm saying is Microsoft. This is what Microsoft should have did in the first place, because and I always said the way that PlayStation rolled out the Dry Station 5, it was on point because it wasn't no hindrance. Both consoles played the same, just one without a disc and one without with a disc. Microsoft should have did the same thing. I get it with the Model S, it's still a smart tactic margin, but they could have figured out a way to keep the power the same and just remove the disc drive and just gave us the X. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know if this has anything to do with like the whole during the time of pandemic, so maybe that was part of the plan. It just got delayed. I mean, that's how I
don't think it was. I think they ran into hardware issues before the pandemic just slowed things down. But remember, they didn't finalize the hardware until RDNA 2 was done. So RDNA 2 wasn't related to the features. It was only related to the efficiency gain. So they were able to finalize their hardware earlier. Microsoft had to wait for the RDNA 2 feature set to be finalized before they could start manufacturing. So they had a tighter window to manufacture things. And for them, I guess it makes more sense to have the Series S because a lot of them dies that aren't going to meet the QA standard of that Series X would easily meet the standard of the Series S. So that's probably why they did that.
Okay. Sound better than what I said.
I was.
No, I'm just acknowledging shit. Sound better than what I said, because I was just looking like, bro, what's the narrative that's going around now? Even though it's a fanboy narrative, you got places like IGN, XYZ coming with the same topic sometimes. Even on YouTube, is the Xbox Series S is holding back gaming. Like, that's all you keep hearing. So I don't know. It would have been a way to kind of like punch that narrative out the window if y'all would have kept with the same standards on both consoles, just one without and with. But what you said was pretty much on.
Well, also looking at the digital too, like it's about the same specs, but the addition of Wi-Fi 6 just was telling me like they're definitely trying to gear towards cloud. I mean, with that too. I mean, so Wi-Fi 6 is a lot of people may not think about it. That's pretty a big deal. So for them to implement it, it's telling you how much better this game is probably going to play when it comes to cloud gaming.
The place that was so niche and nobody's there, and America doesn't have all the good internet to run this.
Trust me,
bro. Oh my God!
It's already here. Like, it's just about getting ahead of it. That's all.
Exactly.
And then your internet providers start providing more, Wi-Fi 6 gateways and stuff. Because to take advantage, you got
this is going to cannibalize the retail market. I'm just remembering all the arguments and conversations I had to fight through about this, and now it's coming full circle once again. Oh my God!
So then, what other topics we got?
All right, so the other topic is pretty much Microsoft when it comes to the Xbox for its 10th gen plans. They plan to develop a next generation hybrid game platform capable of leveraging the combined power of the client and cloud to deliver deeper immersion and entirely new classes of game experiences optimized for real time gameplay and creators. We will enable new levels of performance beyond the capabilities of the client hardware alone. I gotta turn down my gain just a little bit. Okay, there we go.
Stop his sauce, man. He was out here cooking. Go ahead, Levon.
All right, so the new Xbox could be using.
Hold on, before you go, Tommy Bull's right. GameStop is done. They are.
Yeah, it's a wrap. Oh yeah, it's a wrap. R.I.P. the Game Split. Even though Microsoft does have, kind of like took over type mess, unfortunately, but they need to get up out of here.
I mean, I feel bad for GameStop, but goddamn.
I mean,
it was messed up business practices. I'm sorry, bro. You trading in for something and only giving them like 20% on the trade in. That was crazy.
I know they might have made you mad in the past, Mello. I can tell.
I know. I used to work for them crooks, so I know the little in and out of what they were doing to people. I ain't gonna hold you.
You should make GameStop stories. You should make that.
Oh man,
yeah, GameStop stories. Yeah,
I was definitely part of the problem. I ain't even gonna hold you.
You gotta make that. You gotta make it to a video series, brother. You gotta make that to a video series. Like your experience.
It's a lot of nasty work back there. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
carry on.
Mm-hmm. So okay. So interestingly enough, Xbox next gen could be using ARM. Yeah, instead of
I don't know. ARM for what?
Yeah, I was thinking that. I think it's mobile. It got to be something related.
It ain't no way it's for. It ain't no way it's for. I'm gonna tell you why their console's not gonna be ARM based. Because they just spent all this time making sure that x86 was the predominant, platform for their games. Because if you go ARM, then you got to do the whole. I'm assuming, because I'm no hardware engineer, but ARM is not x86, and so now you got a backwards compatibility situation with all the games from this generation that's entering ARM based. You're literally starting over the whole backwards compatibility emulation practice if you go ARM based. So however ARM is listed, I think it has some special use case for the next console. I don't think the games are going to be ARM.
Well, it says next generation hybrid game platforms.
Maybe it'll have something to do with the cloud somehow. I don't know. Maybe that'll be a dedicated processor in terms of bringing in cloud data or something like that, but not for the games. Especially when your Windows platform is all x86.
Maybe this could be a handheld or something. Maybe.
Could be. No. I don't think it'll be the console itself, though. That's for sure. And if it's a handheld, maybe it's just a strictly cloud device.
So GPU co-designed with AMD or licensed AMD IP Navi 5, forward compatibility, graphics innovation, next-gen DirectX ray tracing, dynamic global illumination, micro polygon rendering optimizations, machine learning-based super resolution, and extensibility model for faster iteration and innovation.
We got a beast on our hands.
Hold up. I gotta read this one more thing. Thin OS, lacking Thin OS. 99 consumer or handheld devices.
Shout out to Onyx for joining the party here today. Was good,
I didn't quite understand what Thin OS
sound like a handheld. Sound like a handheld device.
Yeah. It made that on the sheet though. Like 99.
Yeah, 99 consumer or handheld devices.
Yeah.
I think they might be making like their own handheld device.
That's probably like a cloud handheld, probably.
Cloud hybrid, whatever.
I
don't think it'll be a native device. It'll probably be like a cloud device, more than likely.
Yeah, that's the only thing I couldn't make of that whatever that is they're making. It sounds like a handheld to me. Especially talking about ARM. I don't know. That I'm just thinking it got to be something mobile related that they're doing.
I figure it'd probably be like a cloud device, handheld, something. You know, with
Tommy Bull says, "Don't forget about the next gen Coon chip." For those interested.
Well, this is their future plans for 2028. So, I mean,
yeah, that's like another 5
So
years
this
from
is
now.
20 now.
So.
I've lost.
Yeah.
Listen, I've lost the article that you was reading. Hell, the Rick done fell asleep here. I assume I assume you're talking about. Let's see. You know what? Hell, I don't know what you're talking about. Honestly.
No, but
let's see.
But you know what's the bigger thing, Ricky?
What were you talking about? Which article were you reading? I fucking fell asleep here because we were trying to, we went from talking about.
I just put in the general.
Okay, thank you. And then, for future breaking news shows, let's just make sure we have the right topics before we.
I'll make sure. Okay,
it's no big deal
sure.
because if all else fails, I'll put some nudes on the screen.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Whoa,
Rick, don't do that. Don't. Just you don't want to get flagged down, right?
Wow, Ricky.
But
you need to go to church and repent, fuck nigga.
Yeah, that too.
But you know what?
Yeah, did you click? It's
So it's Microsoft's next Xbox
next
coming
Xbox. Yes.
All right, so listen, let's see, it was 2023.
Yes,
now remember what I said. Now you're not going to see another system in 2033. This will probably be the last console of the 2028. They usually come out around the same time, so Sony would probably release something in 2028 as well. I was thinking 2026, but I guess that all got pushed back. So now it says 2028, so that leads me to believe the next Elder Scrolls is going to be in this gen.
It is. They said it was going to put in the work 20. But hey, be patient.
But let me say two things, Ricky. Two things is that Phil Spencer tweeted not too long ago and said that so many things would have changed from this initial these documents, right? He said it has a lot of excited things.
Oh yeah.
He was not in his document.
But Pastor, I think that's what he's supposed to say because it's almost like dropping your deck of cards on the floor when you're gambling in a casino. You got to say, "Well, I wasn't really going to play that card." So I think a lot of that stuff is true.
It's PR, right?
Yeah, a lot of it. Listen, we've seen the roadmap from these leaks. Now, listen, I didn't even really pay too much attention to it because, I got eyes in the sky. Where you got Mello here who's into it. Levon's all over it. Parker is retired, so he's all into it. So, these guys are all into this kind of stuff. Or what happened? They told me about it. I hopped in Discord, while I was at work, and then the brothers came through and told me, "Yo, Rick, we should do a show." But all I remember, the thing that got me about the email was the whole Nintendo thing. Now, this stuff here is just icing on top here. With the whole, No,
but what's the bigger picture, boy?
Right.
Here was it, just to live on. The bigger picture is that, a lot of the so-called real gamers said that they are seeing the trend and Microsoft will not be making a next console, right? That is what they said.
Well,
I remember
Phil,
it very
I think,
distinctly.
but hold on, Pastor. I thought Phil debunked that like months ago. When he said that this isn't our last console. He said that many months ago. Yeah, he said that before the whole FTC trial.
They're not out of the heart. He's been saying they're not out of a hardware business, so I don't know.
Yeah,
but not only that, Ricky, all of these documents really show how cold-hearted Phil is. Because remember, these guys were saying that, Phil Spencer was a bunny rabbit. He's too soft.
Oh, man.
That is what they said.
Listen,
but really
bunny rabbits don't go in Nintendo's offices and with a backup a Brinks truck and say, "Hey, what do you think of this?" I mean,
So it really shows how aggressive Phil Spencer was in the background. He's coming smiling, but he's a killer.
But he is. But I like something that somebody wrote in the Broadband Bully Discord today.
Here we go.
I don't remember who it was.
Right, Tommy, bro.
No, it wasn't Tommy. Tommy got good takes too. Listen, Tommy get on my damn nerves sometimes, but him and Ty Kid are the same person, by the way. But anyway, there was something that wanted. I don't remember who it was. Maybe y'all can correct me. He says something to the effect of when they showed the Nintendo email, they said, "Well, they better hurry up and buy them before it becomes Disney." And you know what? That set a light off. Well, hold on. Yeah, but that set a light off in my head, right? Because think about this. Before Microsoft went on this spending spree, Disney went on the same spending spree for content for their subscription service. Remember that, right? We all
Right.
agree here. Panel, chat. Remember when Disney was out there buying all this stuff to put into Disney Plus, and it almost backfired on them because now they are. It's costing them more money than they thought. They're losing subscribers. The content, they paid a premium for the content to get it, and it's not bringing back the profit. Somebody's got to echo, Manhattan. You got to echo. And it's not bringing back the profits that they thought, the residuals that they thought they would get right away. So that leads me to believe that I've been telling you guys this for a while too, that this gaming thing, at how much it cost, with them wanting to unionize now and all of this other stuff, that is going to get real expensive, and only a, how do you say it, the brothers, they always trying to stop from buying stuff. A big tech company would be able to afford gaming in the future to come because it's getting so expensive. But you got to understand, there's two sides to this story. It can become very expensive, and the one thing that a big tech company doesn't like losing is money. Now, if this gets too big and their eyes are bigger than their stomach, and they go out trying to buy all this stuff, and the gaming industry falls flat on its face when people go back to playing dun type games, and not these big games that people put all this money into, or these gas games and stuff like that, then the bubble might burst. So you got to be very careful on buying all of this content, because there's also another publisher who doesn't have the content or the IPs that Microsoft had, but there's two entities that own a lot of IPs, and they're real dormant right now. Konami company, good old IPs, and what is it? It's expensive to make games. It's expensive to developers get them in a room and make games. Hell, one guy might walk away. So what do? They say, you know what? Y'all can rent our stuff out. We'll lease the IPs out to you. There might be a universe here in gaming, in the world, where they might say, you know what? It's too expensive. Think about this, and I don't know about how many of you guys are hip hop heads out here. Agent Slugger, what's good, brother? Think about this. Remember back in the day when rappers were rappers and everybody had a nice little record deal, and then you have one guy featuring you on the album, or this song was produced by this particular artist. What happened? They stopped doing it. They said it got too expensive. RZA was saying the same thing. RZA was like, RZA, when's the next Wu-Tang album coming out? He said, well, I don't know. It's going to be too expensive to make. He said, you got to talk to, somebody has to financially back it, because stuff gets expensive and then you stop dealing with it. Think about that. That's all I'm saying, because gaming, it's trending up, and that's why these big companies are selling their companies. They want to be bought so they can sell it. Think about this, Mello. You're a smart man. You do, even though I helped you win some money on some bets, and you didn't hit the brother off. But all I'm saying is,
it was one bet.
It might have been more than that. But think about this. You sell when it's at its most valuable, right? That's when you sell, right? So right now, gaming is at its most valuable. So what happens if the bubble bursts? What happens then? So then, but think about, hold on, and then and I want you to take it from here. So you got a $1 trillion company like Microsoft. They invested hundreds of billions of dollars into gaming. What happens if the gaming bubble burst and they don't get out? In this article that Parker sent in the what's the name that said, Microsoft said if the Game Pass subs ain't what they need to be in 2027, they're gonna get out of gaming.
I was just about to post that article.
I was say I highly doubt that one.
I was just about
that's a nice article, but I highly doubt it.
That might be a possibility.
Hold on. Also, let me find the quote, because there's a quote from the article that puts it all in context. I just need to find it.
Okay.
Give me a moment.
All
right, here it is. It says, now there is reason to believe Spencer may have exaggerated a bit, because Microsoft stressed throughout the whole FTC investigation and later in federal court that the acquisition of Activision Blizzard was critical to its plan to grow in mobile and cloud markets. Otherwise, it might as well exit the gaming business. So I'm not I'm not buying his statement right now. I'm taking that with a huge grain of salt, especially if they're trying to make, because that controller with the direct to cloud feature, that's pushing towards a time where they may decide to get out of the hardware business, but they might not get out of the gaming business.
This man right here is a scholar. Who said that?
Oh, this is Rose, man.
Rose, sir, you are a scholar and a man's amongst men, a boys, man. You hear me?
That's my little brother right there, man.
Oh my
Man,
goodness.
hey boy, hey man, you grew up with an educated brother, man. I'm trying to tell you, that boy right there good. That boy right there good.
So,
yeah, that's Rose right.
No, I would say this though. All the money Microsoft has spent, I don't see them getting out the gaming. If they was to get out of hardware, but the gaming would still continue on though, because they said Xbox would be like an ecosystem. So
But part of what you're saying is, oh, go ahead, man. Go ahead. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
No, ain't nobody going to spend $7 billion then turn around and spend $100 billion to be like a game. Like, bro, who does that? If you know you're gonna be getting out, these companies think like 10 years ahead of maybe 20 years.
But you know what's interesting though, what you're saying about that, because I had the same statement about Stadia. Now I'm not saying it's going to apply to Microsoft.
It's not the same.
But in some of them, but in some of them leaked documents, Bill and Nadella was going back and forth about the long-term viability of Stadia, and that Stadia's primary issue is that it chose Linux. So it was already expensive for them to get into the market, but the very fact they chose Linux limited the ability for developers to adopt their platform.
And that was not user friendly.
Exactly.
In many cases.
Exactly. And in many cases they got to make 3 different SKUs. So that was a problem that they mentioned like in back and forth emails, which I had never thought about before. As to why Stadia didn't.
But everybody keep overlooking the grand scheme though. Like
Shout
real
out to
quick,
Mac
real quick.
City!
Shout out to Mac City. Okay. Everyone is literally overlooking the grand scheme of what these people done did, especially with Phil. The nigga is a genius. We laughed and joked about the little greenhouse rewards that he was receiving. That situation with Activision, what was going on? They was talking about unionizing. They was talking about forming a union for the gaming. Microsoft, Phil Spencer, and them like, we welcome all of it. So they already in the foresight of getting ahead of the curve that may be coming into play when it comes to gaming, especially with the whole price of gaming. What's the number one thing everyone crack jokes about? Bleeding ass and Honey, I Shrunk the Fuck niggas, correct? Everyone's hee-hee-ha about the jokes. Those were passion projects, which the developers were able to push out what they wanted to push out without getting any pushback from the owners of the company at the time, which was going to be Microsoft. These are all checkpoints when it comes into your history when a developer is making a game and they saying, dang, such and such went over there and they was able to pump out a game that they wanted to do. What if, in the sense of everybody's asking for Titanfall 3 again? And with EA, who is in cahoots or have a good cushion with this company, which is EA? Microsoft. Because once again, you have Game Pass, they put all of their older titles in there, and you build that rapport. So with them going in the direction that they're going right now, does it look good right now? No, but in the sea in future, where once again we keep talking about these consoles leaving, who has all the content? Microsoft.
Shout out to Chris Hart, who came here to cause trouble as usual. I know he wants smoke. I know the Pony Brothers, they couldn't wait. But Mello, I echo that. Yes, Microsoft will be sitting here holding all the content if the consoles go away. But here's the sad part about this whole thing, that there is a plan B, no pun intended, where Microsoft, like Onyx was saying, they can become a third-party publisher with all of the content that they have. You know, we've seen Sega have to pivot and move to that as well. And I think it made Sega not as much money by releasing like hardware, but they still had their IP. Now listen, they ain't really had a great IP. I mean, they don't have the Toe Jam and Earls anymore, the Ultra Beast or the Crazy Taxi games like that people were looking forward to, year in and year out, or generation and generation, generation after generation. They don't have that, but there is a a backup plan if it fails, as far as if Microsoft with the hardware. Now, again, we're only talking hardware. I mean, we act like that Microsoft doesn't have their hand in I mean, hell, they're primarily a software company. We know this, right?
Exactly.
They're a software company. So as far as them building hardware and getting out of hardware business, hell, them getting into the hardware business was kind of like a passion project anyway.
Yep, and Activision just helped them with the mobile market, which Apple and Google was fighting to keep them out of for years.
Yep.
And
so they covered every single base, including cloud, with the Azure service. All in the one motion.
So in comparison, in layman terms, hold on, Parker. So in comparison, Mello, you think in layman's terms, by Microsoft acquiring Activision, they're building a bunker in case there's a nuclear fallout.
You are 100% right. Okay. We are preparing and ready to roll in the sense of even with the IPs that they obtained, they've been around for years. People know them, cult classics. So even if it was to be a bubble in a sense, they would be the last people around that would still be able to retain entertainment for in gaming, because guess what? If it was to happen and you turn around and say, damn, they got a brand new, I don't know, Starfield 2 that's coming out. And it stood the test of time. We still got Gears. Like, damn, we grew up on this game and it's still here. You have that nostalgia that's there with these IPs and these characters.
So what do you think, Parker?
No, not that. I want to pose a question. How long till we actually see Apple become a major player trying to acquire some company?
Very soon.
The company that Apple will acquire will be Sony.
Yes. Only thing Apple is missing right now is content. They have the platform, they have the user base, they have the devices.
Yeah,
they're compatible with the controllers. They just need the content.
They have the infrastructure to attack mobile like nobody else can,
with no problem.
And I think that now I'm not telling you they're going to acquire Sony full, but I can see a merger possibly happening, kind of like
that's what I'm saying.
With UFC. A merger. I can see that. That makes the most sense. That makes the most sense because think about this: Apple TV. On all your Sony televisions that come in, I mean, let's not forget.
I would say this: that is Microsoft's probably biggest rival in the States. Really, you look at Apple.
It's Apple. It's Apple.
That's what they've been saying. This our competition isn't Sony.
Yeah, you know
it
why
isn't
I would
Nintendo.
Like a Apple and Sony merger, because if
that would be fire.
That would let me know that physical media won't be dead.
Yeah,
because there will be a Blu-ray now in all your MacBooks. There'll be Blu-ray players might be integrated into your televisions again. Remember they were doing that with VCRs? That might happen again. I think that if Apple did merge with Sony, think about this. Sony has one of the biggest music catalogs as well.
Oh yeah.
Think about that. They got one of the biggest music catalogs. They can, bro. I would love for CDs and stuff like that.
Implement all that with the movies, with the
bro. With the movies
all into
alone.
Apple.
If Sony has the movies, Sony has the Blu-ray technology. That makes sense. Physical media wouldn't die then. I think that merger, if those two collided, it would save the physical media. They'd be like, you know what? We're going to give you guys your movies. We're going to give you guys that stuff. Now,
speaking of that, though, right?
Now, but there is another player too, Parker, that might,
Amazon, Google, Amazon.
Think about.
I know that they could be the player, but I think Sony could be keen in all of this if they're acquired by one of them. That would be huge.
Or you guys got to see, there's another big company out there that can possibly buy Sony if they wanted to. Now, they might have to sell off the movie part. They might have to sell the movie part off.
Amazon. You're talking about Amazon.
No, I'm not.
Amazon.
No, I was about to get. Now, Amazon don't want to get dirty with the video game. They're good where they're at. But think about this: if Disney would have to make Sony sell off their movie business, let's think about this. Disney.
I don't think Disney.
Think about that, but I can see a fit where Disney World and all those parks can use some of those Sony IPs.
No. I think Disney
They
would get
got-
cooked by Apple. Apple will overstep Disney to acquire.
Well,
to
they're the
get
bigger
Sony.
company.
Or Amazon. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. So so Disney.
I about to say Disney got to be worried if Apple gonna back their ass out.
Here's why Amazon will have trouble doing
It might be the other way around
because of Luna and their subscription service that they have with Amazon Prime. They got a big problem by having all of that stuff. And that's one of the reasons why you don't see Amazon. Remember all the hell that it caused when Amazon wanted to buy the James Bond MGM? I mean, that was just one freaking. They tried to take those and shout out to Amazon. They had big balls. Remember, they closed over the CMA with the whole what's the name? Yeah, they said we ain't waiting. We want James Bond. Sue us in court. See you later. It's ours. And that's what happened. I was like, damn, Amazon got it like that, huh?
Yeah, because the people paid for it.
me personally, I would prefer Apple. To really get
of
Sony
course.
because
now
I'm impressed with Apple ecosystem.
I would like that too if Apple bought Sony because I think that they'll keep making consoles. They won't be pressured into going day and date with PC because Apple be like, hey. Because think about this, Apple can then have with Apple TV, you can get a game subscription service, merge that with PlayStation Plus,
or this though, Rick. But also remember this, or you get those PlayStation console quality games on an iPhone, like you've seen some of these games that's coming. Yes, that's what I'm saying. So that'd be perfect.
And that would be perfect for Sony because they get the financial backing that they need. Because let's be honest, big tech is going to swallow them up. They get their mobile division that they need. And you know, they
they can stop cannibalizing themselves off these exclusive only titles.
Hold on, let's not. Come on, calm down, man.
Bro, they are cannibalizing themselves. They eating their own arm right now, brother. I'm sorry to tell you. Them coming with that old mindset model of you can only get this on PlayStation is hurting them.
And Apple TV and Last of Us series when HBO's got they can put that on Apple TV. All of that stuff. You know, the boys can leave Amazon and come home to Apple TV and Sony. All of that stuff, man. Then because Apple TV is starving for content. They're starving.
Yeah, it's that, and then if you look at what
that's one of the cheapest, as it should be. Apple TV is one of the cheapest subs to have because they don't really have anything.
No, they got some stuff over. Whoa, hold on, Ricky. Hold on, Ricky. Apple TV is a whole nother beast right now, brother.
Bigger than Prime, bigger than Max. I don't know about
Apple TV is rocking right now, brother. When it comes to the shows,
listen, Peacock will stomp a mud hole in freaking Apple TV.
Nah. No, I don't know about that one, brother. Listen, you might not been there for a minute, but people been going crazy over Hijack, the TED episodes, the morning show.
I'm not gonna fight. I'm not gonna
Invasion Foundation.
All I can go by is what my household wants to ask Dad's password for. And not a goddamn one of them asked for the Apple password.
Oh well,
Netflix password.
I get you going off your household. That's a different story. I don't know what goes on in your crib, but
that's all I can do.
Outside of your four walls, people are talking about Apple TV's content when it comes towards their shows. Like they are pretty.
They had that
pretty
one
good.
Series with the girl who was bringing that baby back that died. And I didn't like the way that ended. What was that? It was The Servant, I think it was called. I watched that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, The Servant. I think that was 2 or 3 seasons. It started out good. I was like, man, she brought this baby back from the dead. And man, this is great. But then the guy was like, oh, it was a trick baby, and this is where they were hiding it. And they kind of got away. It's almost like E. Night Shyamalan. Wait a minute. E. Night Shyamalan did do that series, didn't he? Holy shit! I think he did. Hold on, let me do my research here.
Blackbird, they got some shows over there, brother. C, oh my God, C was fire.
That series. Hold on. You know what? Because I was like, man, it's like The Village. Like when I watched The Village, I thought these monsters that came out at night were going to kill these people from the 1800s. What happened? I might come to find out they was really in today's time. They bought a whole bunch of land. They didn't want helicopters and stuff flying over, and it just messed the whole story up. And I was like, oh man, that's Yo,
well, no, Rick, you might want to give them another look. They got some shows over there, brother.
Oh, listen, you know what,
they
brother?
definitely do.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Now, is it on Sony's level? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And bringing in Sony's content to Apple would be a massive plus.
It is by M. Night Shyamalan. I didn't even know that. I said, yo, it reminds me of an M. Night Shyamalan movie. Holy fucking is.
Hey, Rick, you need to watch C, brother. That
C was fire, whew, man.
I mean, like I said, maybe
Hello Tomorrow.
I might see Sony put some games on mobile though.
Hello Tomorrow was fire.
So
yeah,
all right. So we toyed around with the fact that it'd be nice if Sony did get bought by Apple. I think it's merge, a good fit or merge. You know, and just but let Sony work. You know, by themselves, kind of like Bethesda does, and you know, look, Sony just come to you guys when we need more devs. But I think
it's just they contents won't die. That's all. Let's be honest. Sony don't do no work.
To the big topic with Nintendo trying to get bought by Microsoft, and that'd be our last topic because I got to get up out of here. So before we move on to that, I just want to say that you know, you got to be careful with with this whole wanting Sony to be, you know, bought by Apple or merged with Apple, because there'd be big changes. You know, there's gonna be big layoffs, and there's also something you guys got to watch out for too in gaming. This unionization of gaming is going to make games cost a hell of a lot more money than it normally does, and I think that, you know, it's all good to have a union for these people because they need benefits, you know, and stuff, to especially when they have families. But you got to be careful, because if all of these development companies, these gaming companies, start unionizing, you're going to see the cost of gaming go up, and you're going to see games few and far between, because you know it, I know it, everybody in the panel, everybody in the chat knows it. The union rules real different around here, bro. They start telling you that, you know, you can only work a certain amount. There will be no crunch. You can forget about that.
I know about the union. That's what I do know about union.
Bro,
well, wait. So you thinking you saying that if we get the union, you think that the price will go up?
It has to
for production.
It has to. First of all, union workers, they get a raise every year. So yesterday's prices ain't gonna be today's freaking profits, bro. So if it is a unionization, and every year, like I said, they're making $20,000, then they're gonna have to make $25,000 next year, and then $30,000 and beyond and beyond. And everybody that's still in the union from there is getting their pay grade up constantly. So the games are gonna cost you more and more and more money. That's why I said we need Apple to buy Sony, because we don't want Sony to go away. We need competitors. Right. You know.
But let me ask you this though, Ricky, on that on the aspect of the union side of things, because it's just this, because of what we got going on with gaming right now. And I can only speak on what we have now. People will come out with a game or try to come out with a game. It can be AA or AAA. If it ain't AAA, it really don't get no looks. It can be a AA or
AAA games.
It seems like the people are more accepting towards games that's already existing than actually going out and trying a new game. And in a sense,
stop right there. I'm glad you said that. That's where the subscription service comes in with the oldie but goodies. See what I'm saying?
True indeed.
With those oldie but goodies, if you keep making content for them, even after a game is many, many years old, and you keep making content, a la GTA 5, kept making content for it. Mods are still working with Skyrim, Fallout, all of that stuff. Those are the guys. Hell, you can get those guys to come in for 50 cents on the dollar, you know, to get the union guy out. I know construction places that hire non-union electricians and pay them freaking cash on hand because they didn't want to bring another union guy in because he's going to cost too much. Look at Tommy Bull. Like, look what Tommy Bull said. Look at the auto industry. They want 40% more and less work days. Yes, look, Tommy. Look at the NFL. Their union. What'd they tell you? We don't want no more two-a-days. We want to practice less. That's why you have all these crazy injuries like this now. Guys ain't used to getting hit no more. Think about this. This is a dangerous time in gaming when you're talking about unionization, because that's what I was talking about, the bubble bursting around here with Microsoft buying content, because you can buy all the content in the world. You can buy all the airplanes. If you ain't got no pilots, you ain't gonna fly. You don't have a union. And again, they're going to keep, like Parker said, he's a union guy. Onyx a union guy. You keep getting paid more and more and more. So if they're getting paid more, you think the product's going to stay the same price? It can't.
No, the product to the consumer is going to be the where you're going to eat it at, just like with the UPS situation.
Or you cut corners. You cut corners.
Yeah and no, because a case in point is the UPS situation. They got a raise, and now the price of you shipping something is crazy as hell right now.
Mello, they've been needed air conditioning on them damn trucks, man. The UPS guys,
bro, guy used to work there. I can tell you the stories.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something right now. When the UPS guy, shout out to my man Bill, rest in peace. He passed away not too long ago. He was a UPS guy. Bro, in the summertime, money come drenched. We used to have a bucket of Gatorade full of ice just for him when he came, because he used to come through sweating in a brown-ass truck with a pair of brown-ass shorts and a brown... He was down to the wife beater by the time he got to us. My man was done. I was like, yo, we got to get this man some Gatorade or something in here, man.
Like, yes. No, I'm not taking from them like if they don't deserve it or not. Absolutely, they deserve it. Get your coins, but the end result of that was the cost is going back to the consumer, where
and again,
cost of shipping something is crazy.
Tommy Bull's on fire right here. He said, look, they know these corporations make billions and they want some of it. Shorter game.
Absolutely.
This is what we're in for. And this is why everybody thinks that I be coming here with this doom and gloom with gaming. I said, yo, gaming is going to change. You guys don't understand. I knew gaming was going to change when I saw the numbers of what it costs to make The Last of Us and Horizon and the actual profits from the game. They said it cost Sony over $200 million in development costs. And that's, again, these guys get paid hourly. They work on the game. It's not like they don't get paid until the game is finished. They still get paid throughout the whole process of making the game. Then you throw in marketing, which can be another $50 to $100 million. And then by the time you sell your unit at full price of the $70, the profits that were coming in after spending $300 million to make said game was a little over $115 million. So if you are spending $300 million to profit $115 million, that doesn't make dollars or cents. So now you have to think of a different way here, how to get the biggest bang for your buck when making this game. Like Tommy said, maybe it's shorter games.
That's their damn fault, though. They shouldn't have been greedy.
Listen, but hold on. Let's not talk about whose fault it is. What we want to know is how in the hell are we going to move forward for gamers like us that are on the panel on the chat? Because you know where they coming first. They coming here in our pocket because we're the hardcore. We the niggas that's going to get it on
and y'all going to pay for it.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all going to... I've been seen y'all talk about action and figurines. Niggas got 30 controllers, 1080 Ti's, and who got the biggest pixels in this and RBG lights and they goddamn PCs. You motherfuckers gonna buy it. And it's fine with them.
When you gonna boycott 2K fuck, nigga?
I'm never gonna boycott. Nigga, do you hear me? Never!
I can't say this.
They gonna pimp me every year.
Oh, you admitting it? Wow.
Absolutely.
So listen, all I'm saying is we won all these good games, right? We sit here, we bang on the table. That don't look next gen. We bang on the table. That was a short game. We bang on the table. That looks like something that could have been made on a PS4. Well, hell, it's costing you so much money. There are going to be cutbacks, folks. That's the way that business is run. We don't give you more for less. They give you less for even more.
That's why I don't care about the console plastic. That's why I said goodbye, good riddance. Just give me the content.
This is why
I just want the content.
2K has started releasing seasons. MLB releasing seasons. Madden, Ultimate cards and all this.
Y'all can thank Fortnite for that.
Bro, all skins and fins and diddly-diddly-dins. Anything that you're talking about. You got to understand this stuff is to make more money. Why do you think Street Fighter comes out? They have an Ultimate Edition. for I think it's
Then give you some
$70 more.
skins
Yeah,
and the DLC character.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Because
$106 to be exact.
okay, $106 for a game that should only be $70, but they don't give you the whole game for $70. If
But
you want those
again,
new characters, you gonna have
y'all
to
act
pay.
like crackheads and be like, "Oh, I gotta have that character because he look nice. Oh, he got this sword. Let me get this."
Hey, man.
Spider-Man running around looking like Miles Morales. Ooh, let me.
Hey,
we buy it.
I am at fault here too because MLB The Show.
No, you are at fault.
No,
period.
That's what I said, bro. At MLB The Show, I buy those when you get the pick. When you have a no doubt home run, what animation you want? I want the crazy. My guy just push.
Come on, man. Animation in the game of a home run. You probably ain't even getting no home runs, but you went and bought it.
It's hard to get them, bro. Listen, bro, we at the end of the season I only got 15.
I'm like, come on, man. Who you gonna blame? You gonna blame the crackhead or the person that give you the product? Bro, at the end of the day, ain't nothing to buy if you don't buy it.
Yeah, hey, listen,
period.
Hey, but Tommy Bull, I want to get to that. The Spider-Man, I thought the best value of any game. Now I don't know, maybe it's because I got the PS5 Pro Spider-Man, but the Spider-Man that I got, I didn't have to pay for any of the new not Mary Jane, but any of the missions with Hammerhead and well, not Hammerhead. Who's the guy that's bulletproof? In Spider-Man, he's gray. He looks like Solomon Grundy a little bit.
Rhino, the Rhino.
No,
dude.
not Rhino. He's a guy. Is his name Hammerhead? If like bullets can't kill him, he's got a skin made of like something. Like you shoot him, it can't hurt him. But anyway, all of those DLCs and stuff, I didn't have to pay for them. I thought Spider-Man, bro, there was new suits coming out. Then they had the Iron Spider suit that he had in the movie and from Avengers. I was like, all right, cool. To me, I thought like, hell, this is a hell of a value here. And now I'm telling you right now, we get something like that for this new Spider, we gonna have to pay for it. We ain't gonna give it to us.
No, don't say we. You gonna pay for it. Don't say no we.
Hey, shout out to my man Willie South. He said, Ricky, that was some coon ass bleep.
This nigga ain't got no self control. That's what it is.
We're paying more for less. If these whether it's PlayStation or Xbox. No, Willie, I'm not saying it's okay. I'm just telling you that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have to pay more for less. All of these games, and Vaughn laughs at me every single time I make this point. Ricky, that's a bad take. Ricky, that's a bad take. Vaughn always said, I said, Vaughn, they're going to start releasing these games episodic. No, they're not. Nobody don't want that. I said, it doesn't matter what we want. We didn't want gas games, but we got them. Bro, I told him, I said, look.
You said we didn't want which games?
Gas games, but we got them. We didn't want them.
Y'all wanted them.
No, we wanted the content, but we didn't want to pay for every damn thing. This is what I said. When they had that Hitman game, they released it episodic. I said, you know what? If that was a bigger IP, it would have been more successful. Think about that. If they did that, times change. Yeah. GTA 6, there you go. You got to pay. How many of y'all bought shark cards on the panel and in the chat? Hell,
I ain't bought no shark cards.
Man, I bought about 15, 20 of them damn things.
But they figured out that's the thing though with these companies and just with any company, you know that it's just business. Period. You throw out there a little bit to see if the sharks, how many people gonna nibble on it. If they ain't gonna nibble on this one, okay, cool. We're gonna try something new. So pretty much what they did was, all right, the newer title games, y'all not feeling those. Okay, cool. We won't put it in there per se just yet. But these well-known games that have sold XYZ amount of millions of dollars. Let's throw a little bit in there and see how that bites. Okay. And people took it. It's just like with right now with 2K. This is the first year that 2K has technically a battle pass in it, where you gotta it's damn near pay to play.
Hell, it's about to be Armageddon up in here.
Yeah, if you pay $24 or $22, you can skip all the seasons and get all the season rewards. That's what they have in the game right now. If that thing takes off and it becomes profitable to them and they back in, it's a wrap.
No doubt. Now, on to our last topic here. Levon, I want you to segue into this where Phil Spencer emails talking about trying to buy Nintendo. But Nintendo, I think, now listen, I didn't read the whole thing. Levon, if you can read it, or if you can actually, Levon, drop the link for that.
I'll look for it.
Yeah, look for that link. And then I want you to read
This
it.
must not be good. Levon don't sound too hot.
Yeah, well, no, he's a Nintendo guy because he knows the end.
I know that's why I'm saying
Bro,
it must not be
Levon-
good because of how you said that.
Listen, Levon gonna buy a Switch. They gonna take no more cartridges. It's gonna be Switch Pass. That's it.
Don't entertain that.
Yeah,
don't
Switch
entertain
Pass.
that. Don't do that.
Oh man,
What
but
is it? Let me look on Twitter.
so now you know that it's problematic when you got a Nintendo guy almost in tears here, folks, because you don't want the Green Goblin to come and buy him up. I mean, look, you know what? Here's the funny thing. I blame you PlayStation guys for this shit. Because you guys kept you guys kept teasing the Xbox guys, telling them be the behemoth you are. Next Gen 720 was saying that all the time. You guys gotta compete. You guys gotta do better. You guys got bro, if you tell a rich man he's gotta do better, he's gotta get married and have kids, he's gonna go buy an escort or a mail order bride or something, because his money's long like that. You can't tell rich people to compete. Because you know what they gonna do.
All right, I think I found it.
You know, when rich people, here's the problem, Agent Slugger, Onyx, where my bots at? You know, this is what I'm talking about. Mac City, here's the problem. When you tell a rich man to compete, he is going to do things that you deemed unethical, you know, cheating, hostile takeover.
That's not fair.
Was he going to do that already? I mean,
no, they actually wasn't, Parker. Y'all caused this shit. Y'all amplified what Sony and them was doing when they was trading. This is how you trade your games. Oh,
I think, man.
They stepped on them. They stepped on them white forces. Now Phil Spencer got them black joints on. It's up right now.
No, all I'm saying is Microsoft eventually would have done something, you know, right, to be more competitive with they are. So
yeah, but damn, they wouldn't talk
about it. It would not have been this egregious, brother.
Man, I disagree. American company, where you're a rich American company, if they can, they will, and as they should, right? So yeah, so regardless, so fanboys are saying they're going to buy stuff up anyway. They had a business model plan what they was going to do.
MK1 did look bad on Switch. MK1
I'm gonna come back to it.
Yeah, you see that, Mello? You saw that?
Yeah, I saw the clips on Twitter, on X or whatever they call it. Twitter, man.
Yeah, let's just call it Twitter.
Yo, Willie sounds funny as hell. Willie said Leipzig should be in tears. Pastor too. He said the way MK1 look is disgusting.
Have you seen how MK1
it looked crazy. I'm like, I didn't even know that was the game.
Listen, my life is dedicated to 2 hours a day of MLB and an hour of Starfield. So I haven't had a chance to.
It ain't looking good, Ricky.
Get on the train during the show.
Someone's in the train. Who's in the train?
That shit don't look. That shit looks like night and day. Like, bro, that shit look horrible.
There's Manhattan on the train. It look crazy.
I'm just out the gym.
So Levon, your eyes are younger than mine. Could you please read this email allegedly from Phil Spencer?
I totally agree that Nintendo is the prime asset for us in gaming. Today, gaming is our most likely path to consumer relevance. I've had numerous conversations with the LT of Nintendo about tighter collaboration and feel like any US company would have a chance with Nintendo. We are probably in the best position. The unfortunate or fortunate for Nintendo situation is that Nintendo is sitting on a big pile of cash. They have a BOD that until recently has not pushed for further increases in market growth or stock appreciation. I say until recently, as our Microsoft BOD member Value Act has been heavily acquiring shares of Nintendo, and I've kept in touch with Mason Morfitt as he'd been acquiring. It's likely he will be pushing more from Nintendo stock, which could create opportunities for us. Without that catalyst, I don't see an angle to to a near-term mutually agreeable merger of Nintendo and Microsoft. I don't think a hostile action would be a good move. So we are playing the long game.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Yo, you hear this shit?
Oh man!
Yo, go ahead, like, finish.
Oh,
This
and Pablo-
motherfucker is waiting. Yo.
Okay. But our BOD has
That's board of directors, by the way.
Board of directors.
Yeah.
Okay. Has seen the full write-up on Nintendo and Valve. Okay. So, Ricky, what was the one of your sayings that Microsoft could buy Valve? Was that
man? I'm glad
and they fully
you
supportive on
that.
either if opportunity
Levon, I love you. I love you. Because I was the one in here when I said, you know what Microsoft's next purchase is going to be?
Yeah.
It's going to be Valve.
I do remember you saying something.
And why did I say it was Valve? Because it's the PC market.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Microsoft, believe it or not, bots, is trying to corner the PC market and subscription service. They said, the hell with the hardware and the console. We lost that. If we can get these subs, we can get PC. There's more PCs out there. That's where we want to go with this. We give 0 Fs about console right now. I'm telling you, bro. Yo, shout out to my man Ozzy said, Ricky Brown, my brother, all these years, Pony wanted Xbox to compete and Phil to be not soft. No doubt. Bro, Ozzy, my man said, we'll play the long game. Because if you guys read the email and what he means by saying hostile, Nintendo is a publicly traded company. He's basically saying that, hey, if we want, Satya can go wire some money to NASDAQ and we can buy 51% of the shares over here and we own the company.
We can get dirty.
Yes, we can do a hostile takeover. You know, they can say, hey, we can do a hostile takeover. Now, that's one way of doing it. Saying, you know what? We don't got to go through acquisition. See, you don't got to show books and all of that other stuff and all of that if you're going for a hostile takeover. And you can do a hostile takeover when you got $100 billion in cash on hand. Hell, all you got to do is just go press the send button, send the money, buy 51% of the shares. And there's nothing. Now, what you would have to make Nintendo, what Microsoft would have to do if that happened, if they pressed the button and bought 51% of the shares for Nintendo, they would have to probably, number one, let them remain independent. You can't bring them into the Microsoft studios or any of that shit. You can forget about that. That won't be able to happen. And if that did legally happen as a merger, somebody's going to have to stop making consoles because you can't make consoles and buy Nintendo.
I think Microsoft. That would be Microsoft.
I think I you know what? I don't know, bro. That is a good damn question. I tell you what. Now, think about this though. Would it matter though, Levon, if Nintendo has a Switch 2 that is cloud-based already out there? Would you not even need another hardware for them if those Microsoft games you can just play them from the cloud or whatever? I don't know. Listen, that's a rhetorical question. I don't know. Here's what I do know. If Microsoft wanted to, as you've seen in his email.
Oh, Christopher Hardy's against this. He's against this.
Oh, yeah. Chris, I don't like it either. But this is.
I'm with all the shit.
I'm not. Here, Chris, this is why.
He feels the devil.
I'm with it all, baby.
This is why.
Y'all want to put dirt on my name? I'm with, like you said. Y'all want to think we po? Y'all think we ain't got this money?
The reason why I'm against it is because, like I said, listen, again, I'm not an executive. I'll be afraid that the gaming bubble is going to burst. That's why I wouldn't buy it. Because think about this. If Microsoft did buy Nintendo, and now they got to bring all the Nintendo's people on payroll as being their workers, they got more workers. So now they got about another 30,000 more employees that are all going to want to be unionized. Do you know how much that'll cost? They're going to have to be a $5 trillion company. Like, yo, that is crazy. Like that.
We got the money for it.
Bro, you know what'll happen? And then, here's one thing which you guys forgot about union guys. They can strike. They can get mad and say, hey, we ain't doing nothing until we get more money. And then what are you going to, we're going to have $150 games for real.
We'll cross that path when we get there.
Oh man, Mello's thinking of nuclear action here. But
hey, bro, I just don't want it to end like what just happened with Saints Row, brother. We're not getting that ever again as of right now.
Look, man, all I'm
saying,
saying
can
is,
it be resurrected by somebody else years down the road? Maybe, but as of right now, it's done. It's finito.
Hey, you ain't getting Red Faction either.
No,
thank you. You're not getting that.
I wish
more.
my man Low Key was here because I would really want to hear.
Let me say this, right?
Go ahead, Pastor.
I am not for Microsoft acquiring Nintendo.
Hold up. Let me, guys, let me read this one more thing.
Go ahead, brother.
This is from Phil, and this email was made August 6, 2020. That was when COVID was rampant. Everybody thought at some point the world was gonna end and all that. But anyways, it just taking a long time for Nintendo to see that their future exists off their own hardware. A long time.
Now, here's what this tells me, Pastor. I think there's two things that you can take from this email. Number one, they're interested in Nintendo, and when Nintendo laughed them out of the building last time, that was before Microsoft was a $2 trillion company.
That was before the GameCube came out. Yeah,
I'll tell you why they really want Nintendo. They talking about that $2 billion. Nintendo has one of the highest attach rate. And they know this. It has nothing to do with Nintendo not seeing what Microsoft is seeing. Nintendo is just comfortable and they're making money doing what they're doing. And what Microsoft, if they can get to Nintendo for xCloud, that's damn near 20 million people right there. Like, it's not that Nintendo don't see it. Nintendo just, they feel that what they're doing is good. And the attach rate is like, shit, all their games are selling 20, 30 million. Like, they selling shit. So Microsoft is like, damn, if we could put xCloud on that shit, that's a guarantee over 100-something million, people right there.
But here's where,
in addition to that,
now let Pastor Joe go because he's been waiting. My bad, Pastor. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah. For one, Nintendo is making money. The cost of a Nintendo game is not the same as a Microsoft game or a Sony game, right?
Yeah.
Because they're using 4K assets and all that. Nintendo's still using HD, right? However, the pricing for the games are similar. So Nintendo is making a higher return on all of their video games compared to both Sony and Microsoft, right? Now, let's say that this whole thing is about to blow up, right? The world is coming to an end and Microsoft is buying Nintendo, right? And there is a decision to make who will be making the hardware, how they would implement the software. If that is to happen, my intentions would be, or my opinion on how they should do it, is that they should let Nintendo proper do only handhelds with the handheld games, and if send like Nintendo 18 to produce high quality console games, right? So that's the only way I've seen it working, where it is you have a high quality console home market that is supported by Microsoft with the genius of Nintendo game making, and Nintendo themselves properly, they come up with their own handheld. So they will be solely in charge of the handheld department and the games as well. That is one way I've seen it working. So they have two SKUs, handheld and home.
Bro, but Pastor, I want to say this. I'm reading this email further. Microsoft was talking about buying TikTok too. Like, damn, like, bro, they wanted TikTok, they wanted Discord.
I wasn't surprised though. Remember Trump wanted them to buy TikTok. Remember that whole thing that went down?
Well, Microsoft ain't trying to buy no Chinese company and all their data.
No, but that's because they were being pushed to buy TikTok out of all the companies. Like, I mean, there was one of Microsoft that actually acquired TikTok for something. You remember the whole information being sold, being sold to China and all of that when they found out, and they had to take the CEO to court type shit. Yeah, they was going to ban TikTok when Microsoft buy it.
Yeah. But I don't think we need diversity, right? We need.
Well, we need diversity. Now here's
competition.
Now here's what I wanted to say about this too, and also reading this email. I think Phil is looking at when he says let's wait. First of all, I think he's waiting for Nintendo to fail. Think about that. He said, think about this. Here, like I said, there's two things that we can gain from this email. Is that number one? Well, number one, they're interested in both Valve and Nintendo. And if they were to purchase either one of those entities, they would have to get out of the console market.
They're doing something already. Remember, it's like they already got friends who's already buying stocks in Nintendo, like they mentioned.
Yes,
they
absolutely. They're gonna do it. If they now, here's why they can do a hostile takeover.
Wait. This is what he said. It's like this. Well, we're not trying to do a hostile takeover. That's bad. But simultaneously, we can do it because we got people buying your fucking shit.
Absolutely. Because here's what happens, Manhattan. If Microsoft only buys 50 to 51%, then it's not considered 100% acquisition. You guys got to remember, there's Tencent, who is still a player in the gaming industry. They're still number one. But I believe if Microsoft bought the entire Nintendo company, that would push them over the hill. Now, would that be 30%? I don't know that. I don't have those numbers in front of me. You got to understand, gaming numbers are down from what they were 2 years ago. They went up during COVID, but they came back down after a post-COVID country, post-COVID world, and all of that.
Yeah, that's where we're in right now.
That's where we're at now. We're post-COVID. Yeah. So I don't know what the numbers are. All I know is that if Phil Spencer is talking about a hostile takeover Nintendo, and they did the numbers, that means that they can acquire enough shares of Nintendo where they would have a controlling interest in it, but not be over the threshold of the 30% of being a monopoly. Now, keep in mind, this is before the ABK deal. So
yeah, this is like 2020.
Yeah, so we don't know where the ABK deal puts Microsoft as far as the 30% threshold of being a monopoly in gaming. Sony is still until those books close, until that acquisition closes, Microsoft is still number 4. Because number 1 is Tencent, number 2 is Sony, number 3 is Apple, and I believe Microsoft is number 4. So they're still 4th place gaming in the gaming industry. Now, this is also something to think about. If the ABK deal somehow gets tripped up by the CMA, everybody's going back to this email. And all of those questions and assumptions are going to come up. Are they going to go try to buy Nintendo? Are they going to try to do a hostile takeover to Nintendo? Nintendo was the first one to sign the deal. Remember the 10-year deal to keep Call of Duty? Wasn't Nintendo the first guy out there to sign this deal? They were there. Weren't they talking about putting Game Pass on Nintendo? They were there. All I'm saying is, this stuff looks a little fishy.
I don't think these emails gonna play much into it because.
Do you agree that do you agree though that it gives you a kind of their way of thinking?
Yeah, I agree with that. Yes, the problem is they actually would have to do these things. They can't block Activision because of what Microsoft said in emails of what they would like to do. Because all those deals can be individually blocked. This one has to be treated separately. So I don't think it's going to have any bearing on what the CMA is going to do.
But if they did buy Nintendo, let's just say for fuck's sakes that they bought it, because that's what this whole email. And I think the reason why people are interested in the email is not just because they talked about buying Nintendo, is the fact that there is a hostile takeover option. That is, companies haven't really done that lately. Because anybody remember a panel in the chat when there has been a hostile takeover recently of a big company? I can't think of one. I remember Pillsbury and Burger King was having discussions like that. And then I think, Pepsi, I don't know if Pepsi hostile took over Taco Bell, but I don't remember.
I think Pepsi,
I think one of the things
but I think they hostile took over. I don't think that they. I think that's why I brought it up, because I think these are the only hostile takeovers that I can remember, and in recent memory. But I just think that I don't listen. Me personally, my opinion on it, I think it's a bad idea. And one of the reasons I think it's a bad idea is because the gaming bubble could burst, and you don't want one guy owning everything. I mean, what's the fun in that, right?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly right.
There's no
Exactly
fun
right.
in that. I mean, listen, it would
Yeah,
be
exactly.
now. Listen, yeah, it'd be fun to see like my man Chris Hart on Twitter, on Suicide Watch for the first 30 days or so. But then after that, it's like, all right, what are we getting?
Let's get
Mario.
back to reality.
Yeah, I mean, but let's keep it a being, folks. Microsoft can't buy Nintendo and Sega. Like, come on, you can't have everything. I mean, look. I know we all bots. Most of us is bots here, but do we really want to buy Nintendo? We can't.
Yeah, let me ask you guys this: what would you play from Nintendo? That's my question.
Mario,
What,
probably the
what,
Mario.
what would you?
I guess.
What would you play?
It probably mostly play the Mario games. I guess some probably Pokemon with their kids, whatever. Probably, So yeah, stuff like that and Zeldas.
Okay.
Whoa, Chris
Mario
Hart.
Kart.
Hold up. Chris Hart must be ACDC. He's got big balls here. He said, "Why are y'all talking, wasting your time with Nintendo? Nobody cares about them. They are not in the same market as PlayStation and Sony, Xbox. Microsoft can't afford it." Yeah, I'm saying. Oh, Chris, I don't know about that. He said, "We don't care about Nintendo." He said, "Somebody need to hire Ricky Brown in a new 8K TV. Welcome back." Oh man, hey. Tommy Bull, my 8K TV is fixed now. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Do you use it?
Yes, I'm actually using it right now. I'm watching the
Okay.
show. I'm watching the show on it. I'm making sure because my man got me the box and he fixed it, but I've been keeping the TV on overnight just to make sure.
All right, so Tommy Bull says he would play Luigi's Mansion and Xenoblade. Oh, okay, and that's it. Okay.
Oh man.
Yeah.
But I mean, look, it's a fun to play what ifs in the world.
Yeah,
That's
it
we're
is.
comic book lovers, we're movie lovers, we're content lovers. We love to play what if. But long story short, I don't really want Microsoft to buy Nintendo. I mean, because and the reason why, like I said, the gaming bubble can burst. Not only that, but also one of the consoles got to go away. You can't buy Nintendo and still have an Xbox. That would be considered a monopoly. Unless somebody else, like Amazon, jumped in the game with a console. Because that's the third. There's 3 consoles. There's Xbox, there's Sony, there's Nintendo. So if Xbox did buy Nintendo, one of the consoles will have to go away. So that's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, I definitely think they'll be forced. One of them, they're going to be forced to not make a console for either Microsoft or Nintendo. They're going to have to relinquish console on one of those.
I mean, they would just rather just have Nintendo games on their service, really.
Nah, because Nintendo has a higher attach rate. Probably will continue to make a. I mean, if the goal is to put your games everywhere, right? So
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You would rather put money behind a handheld Nintendo, right? That's capable of basically like you got Steam Deck, but something a little more powerful. Obviously, because you Microsoft, you got the money to do that now. A much more powerful handheld that Nintendo can develop game for and is capable of actually hosting Game Pass. I mean, that to me will have especially in Japan and all these other places.
Now, Ozzy, they're saying that Nintendo is worth about $54 billion US. That's what they're worth, but that is not. They're worth more than that because Nintendo has cash on hand and they have no debt. So, hey, you know what? Chris Hart's got a point there. Chris Hart said, "What if Apple acquired Nintendo?"
Yeah, it could.
Oof, hey, that there. But let's be honest here. The shiny thing in the room would be Sony for Apple. I think that's a better combination with movies.
Yeah, it would
content.
be. Yeah, it would be.
I mean, listen, bro. We don't want no Mario Brothers movies on freaking Apple TV. I think. I mean, Chris Hart. That's a good point, but we'd rather see Apple and Sony merge with the catalogs that Sony has, movies, music, anime and all of that stuff. I mean, bro, you just man. Yeah, that right there is yeah. So Ozzy, Nintendo's worth about $54 billion. But they're worth more, and I know it's crazy me saying they're worth $54 billion, but they're worth more than that because they have cash on hand and they have no debt. So if somebody wanted to buy Nintendo, it would probably cost you $120 billion. About that.
Hey.
Yeah, because they have cash on hand. They're worth 50 billion already, so yeah, it costs you about 120 because you have to sweeten the deal. Like you can't just say, "Well, I'm worth 54 billion." Yeah, so it's got to be worth. So it'd be about 120 billion dollars if you wanted to buy it, and that is definitely Amazon, Apple, Google, Microsoft type money. So
I think Apple definitely would make a play on. I could say making a play on Nintendo or Apple. I mean, Apple making a play on Nintendo.
I
Because
don't. I think
they
Apple,
games they got a few games on Nintendo games that's on there like the Mario
they have
Bros.
released some.
But we are missing a big point here. We can play fantasy acquisition all day, but we got to remember something. Nintendo is a Japanese company. Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, American companies. So that's going to be an uphill battle. So I think that's why if you see in his email, Phil Spencer mentioned hostile takeover because it's easier to buy shares than to acquire the whole company because it's a foreign entity. It's a Japanese company. American company. See, Japan doesn't mind taking American money for investment, but as far as acquiring the company, it'll be an uphill battle. So, that's something to look out for. We can say, hey, look, it's a fit, it's a fit, it's a fit, but it's a fit until it's not a fit. Until the Japanese.
But here's the thing, though. When these emails came out, and maybe the other companies, okay, so they trying to do that. So who's to say these other companies wasn't? I'm gonna say hypothetically saying was secretly buying stocks in Nintendo as well.
Well, probably Tencent definitely owns stocks in Nintendo. I know this for a fact. Tencent owns stock in Nintendo.
Yeah,
they own stocks. They own stock in the things that made Elden Ring. What's the name? They own stock in them.
From Software.
Yeah, they own stock in From Software. But I
the
think
company,
I think before gaming gets out of hand, where the big tech guys can't, if they're going to be throwing their money to that, I think you might see a merge between like a EA or a Take-Two. You might see a merge from like two big companies say, hey, you know what? We're big by ourselves. You're big over there. So let's merge together and we'll be a bigger company. And that way we won't let a big tech company control us. We can do that because that is possible. Two American companies, EA and Take-Two, if they decided to merge together, it's a possibility.
I mean, it's also a possibility of those like maybe Apple. I don't know, but let's see. I'll watch out for Apple though.
I got one better. If you think about it, what if Sony decides to merge with Nintendo? They had a partnership before. We're going to be a partnership at one time. Yeah, exactly. What if Nintendo and Sony sit in a room together and say, you know what? F these big tech dudes. They got all the money. Nintendo's like, look, we got a whole safe here with $50 billion in cash. We're good. And Sony can be like, well, all right, we merged together. Nintendo say, hey, look, check it, Sony. Take some of our money we have on cash. We'll build us a subscription service that has our Last of Us, our movies. You get our music package. You get Crunchyroll. You get all of that stuff. And, you can get, PS Plus. You can get your Nintendo catalog in there and we'll be good to go. We can do it if we came together. So, you know what, Tommy? I forgot about that. Epic is a big player in this game. They're bigger than you think, especially with their engine being on most all of these games now. Epic, imagine if Epic pulled the chair on the Unreal Engine or raised the prices on the Unreal Engine. They'll be an even bigger player. They already have the biggest game in the world in Fortnite. So if they say, hey, you know what? Yeah. You guys want Unreal Engine? Our royalty costs are going to go up now. What before was 10 million? All right, it's 30 million. Take it or leave it. And for those that already had games in development, what are you going to do?
There is a lot of stuff that I'm hearing through the grapevine here.
Oh, look who decided to show up.
What do you mean, look who decided to show up? Motherfucker, it's called I was asleep. It's called I show up when I feel like it.
You late for work, Teddy.
Man, shit. I don't get paid for it, so why the fuck I need to be prompt?
Nigga, we was talking about paying you. We ain't paying you now, nigga.
You gonna get your 2-week notice
on all these Xbox leagues. Teddy.
Man, Rick said checkbook is closed, nigga. You just have that shit open.
This damn right.
Well,
shit.
So anyway, that's my piece on it, folks. I think it's a bad idea if Microsoft.
What about the whole Xbox thing?
Well, that
If,
well,
if Microsoft buys Nintendo,
Microsoft buys Nintendo, they look at this.
Oh, Microsoft buys Nintendo. Oh, Jesus, hell, nah.
I mean, I don't know. Like I said,
If motherfuckers talking about, oh, it's just the inevitable. Like,
it
no.
always comes down to like the
Well,
ramifications.
if you read the email, Teddy, I don't know if you did or not. You just woke
Then
up.
Yeah, no. I read the email. I'm just like, it's a horrible idea.
How much? And the question is, how much will the hardware be in their services, right? Because if you do that, I mean, ain't no doubt. Like, you gotta wonder how much are they gonna be charging? You know, the services and their hardware.
You know, and Tommy, hold on one second, Parker. I'm glad Tommy brought up Epic because you guys have to understand, Epic is to the gaming industry what cable is to the streaming industry. You can talk about I'm cutting the cord and I'm streaming this. You ain't streaming without no cable internet. And Epic's got the engine that everybody loves so much.
Yeah.
So Epic low key holds the freaking matrix of freaking leadership. If you want to take it from the Transformers there.
I mean, I'm about to say, Epic holds all the cards when it comes down to it.
They have it. Everybody wants that Unreal Engine and the updates.
Exactly.
They tell you how easy it is to develop for it.
Exactly. I mean, they look at it like this. I mean, the way Epic look at it, and of course, Epic has all leverage now thanks to Unity's old stupid asses on how they operate right now.
I'm learning. Like, I'm hood learning off the device.
They over there like, hey,
Unreal Engine.
We have Unreal Engine. It's easy to do, easy to fix. You can make a game like it ain't shit on Unreal Engine. Or if you just don't like us, hey, that's okay. You go ahead and head on down to Unity, and once your game gets successful, you gonna have to end up start owing them.
You gotta do the same thing. Wait, you gotta do the same thing with Unity. Hold on, you gotta do the same thing with Unreal. But what you said at first is what it is. It's very user friendly.
Yes. Exactly.
Like I told my homie when it came to this, we are in the mixtape era when it comes to the Unreal Engine in gaming. You can produce, like you said, anybody can get in front of me, case in point, me. I've never taken a gaming class, period.
But you can get
I've watched YouTube video. That's what I'm saying. I'm telling you firsthand, like hands on. I've been watching YouTube videos and paying for my guy, what is his name? City Gaming's online courses on Patreon, learning gaming on Unreal.
Melo, let me ask you something.
It's second to none, bro. Second to none.
Melo, let me ask you this.
Exactly.
Because I'm about to get up out of here. I got to go to bed soon.
Yeah, we talking a lot.
Let me ask you this. Do you think the Unreal Engine, Epic, can be as vital to gaming as Windows is to PC?
Hell yeah.
As an operating system, you think that it might be
yes.
That way? Okay.
Yes.
I'm just because that's the only comparison that I can think of besides the cable and the internet is what Windows is on the PC front. And if it
right now, what they doing, that's what it is, though. That's what it is, Ricky, because what they did was they made devices that you would typically have to pay thousands and thousands of dollars for. Like mocapping alone is like $50,000. They made it so user friendly, like you can only have like 6 iPhones or 5 iPhones, and you're able to do mocapping in your garage. Long as you got the space, like I think it's like 6x6 or something like that, nice size space. You can set up cameras around you and mocap into your game. That's how vital Unreal Engine is right now. Now, my issue was, and I think I brought it up before, that was a concern of mine, was the games starting to look and play the same. If we get a fluctuation of that in the gaming industry, like how is that going to look? Because I'm like, dang, I can tell that this game was made off of an Unreal Engine system. That's my concern. But right now, they the mixtape of this. They doing their thing.
And I thought as such, and I just wanted to get confirmation, and I think I have it here, is that, low key, folks, Epic is the problem. If you guys, they can upset the whole game. I don't give a damn about unionization. Epic has the chance to turn the gaming industry on its head because there are a lot of games in development under the Unreal Engine.
Yeah.
And if they decide to pull the rug, say, hey, this is what we want. And they can
Especially
almost,
down the road.
They can almost hold you
Especially
hostage.
down the road.
They can almost hold you hostage. You know, that's crazy, man. Well, folks, I got to get up out of here. We almost for a 2-hour show. Oh my god, we supposed to save these for Saturdays.
Yeah, let you guys talk. I did.
Yeah, well, Levon. Yeah, well, you shouldn't have because now it's 8:14.
I like that one, Levon.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because Teddy kept telling him that you should let him fight. You should let him fight, Levon. You should let him do this. So let's go run down what we've been playing, and we're gonna get up out of here. All right, you playing too? I've been playing Starfield and MLB The Show. Ty, that man, what you been playing, brother?
2K. I play a little bit of Starfield. Gonna play this Lies of P right now when we get off.
Man, there's too many games,
All right,
bro.
Pastor Joe, what you playing? Huh?
Only Starfield all day, Starfield all night.
Oh, okay. He playing Starfield. Get the bushmeat mod.
The bushmeat. Don't forget the bushmeat with a little pepper sauce, man.
Oh, I got a first Descended beta too. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that just yet.
Parker, what you
Gotta
been
try
playing?
that game out.
Parker, what you been playing? 2K?
Not over here, Mello.
Hold on, what happened?
Parker been playing Makara. He been playing Makara. I can tell you right now. I've been in the stream. He played Makara. He don't play the 2K. He play Makara.
God damn. Damn.
Well, Parker must be asleep because he didn't answer me. Levon, what you been playing?
Wait, hold on.
He's back,
Now,
folks. He's back, folks. He's back.
I was playing 2K. Now, I remember you said you was getting 2K, but okay, yeah, right. We see what happened. Now the Todd allegedly, he got banned for getting disconnected, but I think it was quick. That's what I believe, Todd. But go ahead, Levon.
I've been playing this game called Thunder Ray. Yeah, it's an arcade boxing game.
Okay.
On
Steam Deck. I knew it. I knew he was playing on the Steam Deck.
Yeah.
I knew it. All right, listen. Shout out to Tommy Bull, who came through, Onyx, Ozzy, Chris Hart, Brierios. Yo, we had some brothers come through today and do a little bit of chaos here. You know, we had shout out to Willie Styles who came through. Shout out to Ty Kid who came through. Mac City in this mother. Let's see who else we had in here. We had my man Fleshbone up in this mother. Buck came through on the panel. Eric
Where
MMG.
you been at, man? Ask the question. Where you been at, Mac?
Oh man. So bro, we appreciate the brothers that came through. You guys can leave a like. Please, it helps the algorithm, as everybody knows, because we over 70 views on this one.
Engagement helps.
Yes,
Engagement definitely helps.
It does
Hit that
help.
like button.
Yes.
Hit that like button.
We appreciate the new subs too.
Yes, we did. We got some new subs. Yeah, we got new subs because Teddy came in here and tried to wreck the show, and he got his hood and friends come over here.
Okay, hold on. Before you, I came in here late. Hold on, I couldn't be in that last show. But what the heck happened? Because all I saw was Teddy say something, and then Rick bust out his old wrestling gear, and he just started busting Teddy across the head. What happened?
It was one of those things.
Well, because Teddy didn't come to work for 2 days and think that it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Teddy wanted to be on the unemployment line.
Teddy didn't come to work, and that's basically what happened. Now, Parker, he doesn't really have an excuse absent, but he wasn't in Discord. So I can't get on him. He wasn't here. But I did tell him I was disappointed that he wasn't here. You know. So shout out to Agent Slugger. I forgot. My man Agent Slugger. I got to get you a theme song, Agent Slugger. I got to get you one. I'll find out which one to get you, brother. I appreciate you coming here. You said good show. I appreciate it. I had fun this show. I honestly did. We got the sound right. Everybody was able to be heard. Parker was a little muffled. He was clear as hell. Mello was very clear. Manhattan was trying to ride a train while he was on the show. I don't know what that was all about. But, that was a little weird. But Pastor Joe, Pastor Joe wasn't too bad. I appreciate it. Listen.
Hey man, I'm dedicated, man.
I appreciate it. Listen, I appreciate it, Manhattan. Manhattan was one of the dudes that was doing the pregame warm up. He was hyping it. Yo, let's do a show today. These topics, bro. The Microsoft, let's do it. I'm like, all right, bro. Appreciate Mello coming through. Appreciate Levon putting stuff together at the last minute. And appreciate the pastor coming through. I
My
appreciate
brother
everybody.
Rose, man.
Yeah,
always gonna
Rose
support,
coming
man.
through.
I always
Yeah,
gonna
I
support.
appreciate the brothers coming through.
King late too,
supporting.
man.
Yeah,
Fuck,
King
nigga.
late. Oh man, this nigga King come. We ending, but it's good to have King's blood up in here. But yo, appreciate y'all. Hit that like button on the way out. We appreciate it. Yo, we had some good views today, and let's try to carry it over to the arcade on Saturday. I'll get up with y'all. Peace out.
No. You mean Friday. Friday, not Saturday.
Oh, that's right. That's
shit.
right. Friday we
No,
have NFL
no.
Friday night. That's right. Thank you, Ty. Thank you, Ty. NFL Friday night. Well, don't laugh too loud, Parker, because you didn't show up last week. So let's that's right. We NFL Friday, 8:00 sharp. We'll be here. We're gonna do our picks. How about them Cowboys?